Have you ever pulled an all-nighter and felt like a complete zombie the next day? Now, imagine doing that for not one, not two, but 11 straight days. What happens to the human body and mind when you push it to the absolute limit of wakefulness? Today, we're diving deep into the bizarre and dangerous world of sleep deprivation to uncover the story of the longest anyone has ever survived without a single wink of sleep. So what is the world record for staying awake? And more importantly, what did it do to the person who set it? Stick around, because the answer is more shocking than you might think. Before we get to the record-breaking attempt, let's quickly understand why we even need sleep. It's not just about resting our bodies. It's a critical biological process. When you sleep, your brain goes through several stages, including light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. Think of it as your body's nightly pit crew, fixing everything up. Then there's REM sleep, the stage where most dreaming occurs. This is crucial for consolidating memories, processing emotions, and learning. Essentially, sleep is like a software update for your brain, organizing the day's information and clearing out the clutter. Without it, our systems start to glitch, and things get weird very fast. Most of us have experienced the beginning of this glitching. After just 24 hours without sleep, the effects are already noticeable. You'll feel tired and irritable, and your concentration starts to waver. Your reaction time slows down, making you as impaired as someone with a blood alcohol content of 0.10%, which is legally drunk in most places. Decision-making becomes difficult, and you might find yourself making simple mistakes. For students cramming for an exam or professionals pushing a deadline, this stage is a familiar, unpleasant struggle. Push it to 48 hours, and things get significantly worse. Your body starts having micro-sleeps, brief, involuntary moments of sleep that last just a few seconds. You might not even realize they're happening, but they are a clear sign that your brain is desperate for rest. Your cognitive functions decline sharply. You'll have trouble remembering things, your perception gets distorted, and you might even start to feel paranoid or anxious. Most people simply can't push past this point. The urge to sleep becomes an overwhelming biological command that's almost impossible to ignore. But some have tried. This brings us to the main event, the astonishing story of Randy Gardner. In 1964, as a 17-year-old high school student in San Diego, Randy decided to conduct a science fair project to see how long he could stay awake. This wasn't some reckless stunt done in isolation. He was monitored by two of his classmates, Bruce McAllister and Joe Marciano, and later by sleep researcher Dr. William C. Dement from Stanford University. They wanted to scientifically document the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation. The experiment began on December 28, 1963. The first couple of days were manageable, though difficult. By day 3, Randy was reportedly moody and uncoordinated. He had trouble repeating simple tongue twisters and couldn't identify objects by touch alone. His senses were beginning to betray him. The team used various methods to keep him awake, like playing pinball, basketball, and blasting loud music. They had to keep him constantly engaged to prevent him from drifting off. As the days wore on, the psychological effects became more pronounced. On day 4, Randy started experiencing hallucinations. He reportedly imagined he was a famous football player. His cognitive abilities plummeted. He began to suffer from paranoia, at one point believing a street sign was a person. His short-term memory was shot. He would start a sentence and forget what he was saying midway through. This was uncharted territory. The researchers were meticulously documenting every change, every symptom, as Randy pushed deeper into a state of extreme wakefulness. His brain was essentially malfunctioning in real time. Brain scans of people undergoing severe sleep deprivation show what's happening internally. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for judgment, planning, and self-control, becomes significantly less active. This is why decision-making becomes so poor. At the same time, the brain's emotional center goes into overdrive, leading to the mood swings, irritability, and paranoia that Randy experienced. It's a neurological breakdown. The performance drop-off is not a gentle slope. It's a cliff. After 72 hours or 3 days, cognitive performance falls off dramatically. A chart tracking abilities like reaction time, memory recall, and problem solving would show a steep downward plunge. For Randy, this was evident in his inability to play a simple game of pinball, a game he had been good at just days earlier. His score dropped continuously as his coordination and concentration evaporated. He was physically awake, but his mind was barely functioning. So how long did he last? Randy Gardner stayed awake for a staggering 264.4 hours. That's 11 days and 25 minutes. On the final day, just before he finally went to sleep, he was asked to serially subtract 7 from 100. He got to 65 and then stopped, telling the researchers he couldn't remember what he was supposed to be doing. When the experiment finally ended, Randy was taken to a naval hospital where his recovery was monitored. He slept for 14 hours and 40 minutes straight, woke up, and then slept for another 10.5 hours the following night. Remarkably, the researchers reported that he seemed to recover with no long-term psychological or physical damage. His brainwave patterns during his recovery sleep showed a significant rebound in REM and deep sleep stages, as his brain desperately tried to catch up on what it had missed. But let this be a massive warning. What Randy did was incredibly dangerous and should never be attempted. Doctors and scientists are clear on this. Extreme sleep deprivation can be fatal. While no human has been officially recorded as dying directly from lack of sleep, studies on animals have shown that it is lethal. In lab experiments, rats deprived of sleep uniformly die within a few weeks. Their immune systems collapse, leading to widespread infection. Their bodies lose the ability to regulate temperature. The exact mechanism of death is still debated, but the outcome is certain. For humans, the risks are just as severe. The strain on the heart, the breakdown of the immune system, and the profound psychological distress can create a cascade of life-threatening health problems. After Randy Gardner's experiment, Guinness World Records actually stopped certifying attempts to break the sleep deprivation record due to the inherent dangers. While there have been unverified claims of people staying awake longer, Randy's 11-day ordeal remains the most well-documented and scientifically observed case. In the modern era, our understanding of sleep has only deepened. We now have sleep trackers, advanced brain imaging, and a wealth of research that all points to the same conclusion. Sleep is not optional. It's as essential to life as food, water, and air. Interestingly, in later years, Randy Gardner reflected on his record and stated that he suffered from serious insomnia for many years after the experiment. It seems that even though he appeared to recover quickly, the long-term consequences were more insidious. His brain and body paid a price for that science fair project. So, the next time you think about pulling an all-nighter, remember the story of Randy Gardner. Remember the hallucinations, the paranoia, and the complete mental breakdown he experienced. The human body is resilient, but it has its limits. Pushing past the natural need for sleep isn't a sign of strength. It's a gamble with your health that you will eventually lose. The world record for no sleep might be 11 days, but the prize for winning is a trip to the hospital or worse. It's a record that should never ever be broken. Thanks for watching our deep dive into the world of sleep deprivation. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the limits of the human experience. And please, get a good night's sleep tonight. Your brain will thank you for it. See you in the next video.